Well, today I'm out in Citrus Wildlife Management Area. This is part 3 of a 4-part video on the Florida Adventure Trail. Citrus Wildlife Management Area is nearly 50,000 acres in Citrus and Hernando counties, just west of Inverness. This natural area is one of 7 large tracts that make up the Withlacoochee State Forest. The Florida Adventure Trail, also referred to as the F.A.T, is a 1,200-mile overland and adventure bike route through the best parts of Florida. The route is about 60% unpaved, with scenic roads that connect the unpaved areas together. You can go to the Florida Adventure Trail site and download a GPX file that will give you hundreds of waypoints and for campsites, gas, food, and other interests, as well as the route itself. And this will help you navigate the Florida Adventure Trail if you would like to. The Citrus Wildlife Management Area is a great place to go off-roading. There is plenty of trails to ride, and they range anywhere from simple trails to some pretty technical obstacles. Whether you're an experienced off-roader or just getting started, the Citrus Wildlife Management Area is a nice place to go. One of the ways to find out places to camp up here around Citrus is to go to the apps like OnX, Offroad, and Gaia GPS. And there's several others out there that can get you to a campsite. A lot of the trails up here in Citrus Wildlife Management Area is the sugar sand and hard compact clay. You will also go down some graded limestone roads, and don't forget about the mud puddles, because they've got some pretty big mud puddles up here. On the weekends up here at Citrus Wildlife Management Area, it's a pretty busy place. They have caves up here that people come out and check out, as well as all the off-roaders coming up here. If it had been raining, this area here probably would have been pretty bad. As you can see, there's a bypass to go around it. If you're up here and you're just not looking to make sure that you don't get stuck. If you like the video, how about giving the video a thumbs up? And if you haven't subscribed yet, how about subscribing to the channel? And you can hit the notification bell there, and that'll let you know when the next video comes out. To go wheeling up here at Citrus Wildlife Management Area, you don't really need a whole lot. Four-wheel drive would be strongly recommended, But beyond that, I mean, you can go anything from mild to wild because it's just soft sand and they have the bypasses and that will get you around obstacles. The wildlife up here is just about like any other place in Florida. You have your deer, you have foxes and bobcats, and turkeys are pretty good up here. When you go to turn off of the trail and take one of the little side trails, be sure and check the trees because that's where the no vehicles beyond this point signs are. And look pretty good because it seems like they either they get taken down or they're kind of, I don't really want to say hidden, but sometimes they're right out in the open and other times it can be a little challenging to find them. And if you get caught off trail, it can be a hefty fine as well as pretty big legal issues. It took me about 2 to 3 hours to get through the Citrus Wildlife Management Area part of the F.A.T. And if you, that was with not stopping and not really, pretty much just drove through it. The F.A.T is only a small section of the Citrus Wildlife Management Area. There are so many more trails up here to go through and explore. Here in Citrus, these are the kind of trails right here that I like. Of course, I just like being out in the woods, being on trail somewhere and enjoying the scenery. As you see here, I'm leaning quite a bit. The cameras never really show you, but if you pay attention to the trees give it away. It's always fun to watch, but you know, getting out in the woods, it's just that's where the fun is getting out here and actually taking the back roads and getting in these little places like this. It's fun. One of the campsites up here in Citrus Wildlife Management Area is a place called Mutual Minds. It's run by the Forestry Service and it can be reserved through Reserve America. And we've stayed there quite a few times and it is a blast. Ever since I heard about the Florida Adventure Trail, I've wanted to get up here and do the trail. I downloaded the GPX file and found out that a lot of it, especially in the southern end of it here, it's stuff that I've always done, and it's a lot of fun. The places that are marked in the GPX file are some pretty good places to eat, and there are plenty of fuel stops that are shown on the map. Citrus is also one of those places where it's not too far out of the way. So if you get up here and you stay at like Mutual Minds or one of these other campgrounds, you can, in a matter of a few minutes, you can probably be in somewhere where you can get some food or get something if you forgot it. One of the things about the Florida Adventure Trail is the fact that it gives you a place to go where you're not just coming up and driving around and trying to find a path. Um, it gives you a starting point and an ending point, and you can have a lot of fun up here in Citrus or any of the other management areas. But to go from one to another, and somebody has already scouted it out where you can see some things and see some of the real Florida. Came up to North Florida today to pick up my tiny camper company, Rugged Rhino, that I had that got destroyed in Hurricane Ian. And I knew that the Florida Adventure Trail went through the area here and picked up on 19, and that I could go ahead and ride some of the Adventure Trail. So here I am. I had a lot of plans for the Rugged Rhino, but once Hurricane Ian got it, it was just more cost effective to just go ahead and purchase a Kong. So we went back to Tiny Camper Company and had Joe build us a Tiny Camper Kong. We really did love our Rugged Rhino, but when Hurricane Ian pretty much crushed it, that was the thing, is that if we would have been inside of it, it didn't really crush it. It just busted it open, and the insurance company totaled it. But the Kong is set up on it normally comes on 31s. It's set up. We had him set ours up on 36s, and it's got a bigger fender on it than what would normally come on it. We are planning a big trip, and we feel that the having the Kong set up with Jeep wheels, so that we're carrying basically 3 more spare tires with the camper, would be nice. Joe over at Tiny Camper Company, he makes a very nice product, and it is very reasonably priced. I was a little bit behind on my trip to North Florida. I was trying to get there before it got dark, and it was getting later, and I still had a little bit of trail left to go. When you're out traveling and you're going places, one of the things that's nice is to get off the asphalt and get back on some dirt roads and just kind of enjoy it and see what the natural area looks like. If you do the Florida Adventure Trail, you'll find out that the trail takes you on a wide variety of Florida. You'll go from dry areas like what you're seeing here to really wet areas. One of the unique things about Citrus is that there are some caves up here. There's Dame's Caves, and you've got Girl Scout and a couple other caves up here, and they're all interesting to go see while you're up in the area here. But the thing about the Florida Adventure Trail is that when you're up in the Panhandle, it's got a little side trip there where you go by the Florida Caverns, and in the Florida Caverns State Park, that's where you can really get into a Florida cave, and that's one where you go down and you see actual cave formations. There's another section up here in Citrus Wildlife Management Area that you can get real flexy up here, and you can really put a vehicle through its paces. You do have a lot of clay up here in the Citrus Wildlife Management Area, and it gets washed out, and when it gets washed out, it can be pretty challenging, as far as real challenging on a suspension system. The Florida Adventure Trail through Citrus Wildlife Management Area here, it's not a bad trail. Anybody from a beginner to an expert could come up here, and very minimal equipment. Like I said before, you know, it's got a lot of sand, there's a lot of washouts and stuff, but nothing too crazy. But then, like I was saying before, if you get into certain areas, they do have some pretty big washouts and all that can be pretty challenging. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try and get back to you. I try to respond to everybody when you leave a comment. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm planning a big trip, but there's going to be several small trips before that. And I shouldn't say several, there's going to be a lot of small trips before that. If you like the video, how about giving it a thumbs up? And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you subscribe to the channel, and then you can hit the notification bell there, and that'll notify you when the next video comes out. Florida Adventure Trail has been a whole lot of fun. The sections that I've done have just been great. And the times that I did them, they've been great. And if you're thinking about it, go ahead and go over there. That little bit of money that you have to pay for it is very minimal to the amount of fun that you're going to have. One of the things that I'll do when I'm out is I'll run Onyx Offroad and Gaia, and that way when people have uploaded maps and stuff with the updated software, you can see the area where they've been, and if they've left a trail or whatever, you can see it, and it might be an interesting trail to go do. Some of the wildlife management areas and so forth have trails that you could actually divert off a road, and actually, I won't say a shortcut, but sometimes they are shortcuts that you can take, and you can have a little time off-road. If you made it here to the end of the video and you haven't done it yet, how about giving the video a like and hit that like button there? And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And then you can hit the notification bell there, and that way you'll know when the next video comes out. Thanks for watching.